Woo! We are at Pontefract Sports and Social Club for the last LightSpeed quiz of 2017. But the first thing we've got to do is we've got to have the last Q12 of 2017, when four erstwhile competitors, i.e. Mike Lees, Debs, McDonald, Stuart Field, a rookie. Let's have a round of applause for our rookie, Stuart Field, today. And Lee Warburton are contesting for a place in the £500 final. Check that out, which will be following this immediately on the same film. So you've got a kind of double treat today, because you've got the last round of Q12 and you've got the final. We have got some pretty awesome players in the final, and we're going to get another awesome player in, and we're going to get some awesome players dropping out. The questions today are being set by Mr. Mike McPartland, and it is one of those Q12s where it's the last round. Basically, for the benefit of Stuart and anybody who's watching this for the first time, these contestants have to reach 12 correct answers. If you've watched the tail end of 15 to 1, the grand final, it's very, very similar to that, but apart from the fact it's a closed end, because once you've got 24 points, i.e. 12 correct answers, you will be through to the final and the chance to win £500. But if you get an incorrect interruption, you will be losing a life. Once the question is finished, there is no life lost. Debs McDonald, you are in my heart. I want you to win this. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Michael, we got Mark as well, who's scoring. And could you show the modern technology for scoring that we're using today?
Le papier.
We've also got the modern technology of the very, very wonderful LightSpeed app, which gives you the scores, as you can see, and it gives you everything else. So, gentlemen, have you all got green lights?
Yeah.
First question coming up. First to 12 correct answers. Don't lose a life, because if you lose 3, you go out.
Okay, question 1. With 4 in total, this person holds the celebrity record for getting the most perfect 40s out of 40 on Strictly Come Dancing. And in 2015, they became 5th in FHM's Sexiest Woman in the World poll. She first appeared on TV in 2002 on Bo Selector as Michael Jackson's...
Abby Clancy.
Is incorrect.
Oh, and that's an interruption.
Yeah, one away.
Sorry about that.
As Michael Jackson's girlfriend Bubbles, before obtaining a job presenting the Pepsi Chart show on Channel 5. 2009, she replaced Kirsty Gallagher as the host of the revived series of Gladiators. She regularly modelled in lads' mags and caused outrage on Twitter in 2012, when aged 31 she started dating a 17-year-old Harry Styles. She's also been romantically linked with Prince Harry. The winner of the 2014 series of Strictly, who was this presenter and model, who in 2015 briefly took over from Dermot O'Leary as the co-host with Ollie Murs of The X Factor.
We are going for a reset, I think.
I could have waited.
Somebody, Caroline Flack.
Caroline Flack. Yeah.
You could have been doing this, folks, at home. Just
Right. Said at the start of every episode of Gladiators, what was the one-word catchphrase of its host, John Fashanu?
Awooga.
Awooga.
Yeah.
John Fashanu retired from football in 1994. What was his final football club?
Lee.
Wimbledon.
Incorrect. Nothing away.
Mike Lees.
Norwich.
Nope.
Debster.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, sorry, Stuart first.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa is correct.
Thank you for not saying Aston Villa, Debs.
Do I get 2 points for after?
Yeah, 2 points. Yeah.
Can't remember him playing it.
This person retired from politics in 2015 when they stepped down at the general election and were succeeded in their seat by Tulip Sadiq. They first became an MP in 1992 and in 1997 became a junior minister for London Transport, a position they resigned from when they made an unsuccessful bid to become the Labour Party candidate for the Mayor of London. In the 2010 election, the boundaries of their seat were changed when it lost its Highgate ward, which was replaced by the Kilburn ward. As a result, they only just held on to their seat, beating Tory candidate Chris Philip by 42 votes. In 2014, their speech on Ian Duncan Smith's time as the Secretary of Work and Pensions went viral when they claimed he was responsible for the destruction of the welfare state and the total incompetence of his department. In a speech in Parliament when they were called to pay tribute to Margaret Thatcher, they accused Maggie of treating vices as virtues. Her son is the journalist Dan Hodges, an arch-Blairite who writes columns for the Mail on Sunday. Who is this politician, the only woman to sit in the House of Commons who has won 2 Oscars?
Oh.
Lee!
Randy Jackson.
Glenda Jackson. Which double Oscar winner won the first of their 2 awards, the Best Supporting Actor in 1955 for Mr. Roberts, and their second, a Best Actor Oscar for the 1973 film Save the Tiger?
It's Mike Lees.
Jack Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon, correct.
Correct, Michael.
Considered by Wilt Chamberlain to be basketball's greatest ever player, and his inspiration by Michael Jordan, the basketball player Meadowlark Lemon was known as the Clown Prince of which basketball team?
Stuart.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Harlem Globetrotters, correct. Michael Palin's first globe-trotting television adventure saw him attempt to go around the world in 80 days. His second in 1991 saw him attempt to travel between each 2 locations.
Lee.
Pool to pool.
Yeah, the Poles, yeah. In 2014, American Daniel Burton became the first person to reach the South Pole using what method of transport?
Mike Lees.
Hot air balloon.
Nope.
Lee.
Nothing of it.
Canoe.
No.
What?
It's a
Stuart.
solid land, you know, South Pole.
Ice jet ski thing.
No.
Can I have a go?
Sledge.
No.
Is it walking?
I think Roald Amundsen did walk in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Car for that.
There's a bicycle.
Bicycle, I would guess.
Right.
Way to go. So no points there.
Nothing away from anyone. This cyclist was known as the Professor. In 1989, he won the Giro.
It's Lee.
Oh god.
Lee.
Greg LeMond.
Is incorrect. One life away. He won the Giro d'Italia in 1989 and the second of his back-to-back classic races, the Milan San Remo. He is known for his blonde ponytail, which would swiss in the air when he rode time trials without a helmet.
Stuart.
Laurent Fignon.
Lauren Fignon, yeah.
Oh, Lee, how does that hurt? Well, can you give the round up of the score? So how are we going?
I certainly can. Mike has 2 points, 2 lives. Debs has no points, 3 lives. Stuart has 8 points, 3 lives. Lee has 4 points, 2 lives.
I agree.
Okay.
Reset.
In which sport is the goal to survive 8 seconds?
Stuart.
It's riding a bull.
Yeah. Bull riding, rodeo, yeah. That's correct, yeah.
Stuart.
10 points.
Only complete halfway could blow this lead.
In 1998, Middlesbrough sold the footballer Emerson to the main club based on this island. It is the largest island in the archipelago chain Macaronesia, and it is home to the University of La Laguna. At the centre of the island lies the World Heritage Site, the Tide National Park, and a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve, the Mazigo de Anaga.
Lee.
Tenerife, yeah.
Good game, good game. Who are you tipping, Mark?
Do the story what
Oh,
was.
do you know what? I just couldn't tell.
If Lee hadn't, Mike Lees hadn't spawned, you know, kind of thrown away a life. Stuart, you're in favourite spot at the moment.
Don't curse it.
A rank achieved by General Franco in 1936, in October 1936, equivalent ranks of this Italian and Spanish word were occupied by John J. Pershing, Ferdinand Foch, Sun Yat-sen and Chiang Kai-shek. It was also awarded posthumously to King Jong-il and in 1976 to George Washington. A rank higher than a 5-star general or field marshal, what is this rank, which means the highest of all generals, and is given to someone who is the supreme military leader of an entire nation's army?
Mike L.
Shogun.
No, nothing of it.
Lee.
Generalissimo.
Generalissimo.
Good stuff.
The first names were Doris, Denise, Lorraine, Delroy and Stedman.
Debster.
5 stars.
Boom! Come on, let's say it for Debster there, please. 2 points there.
She's off the mark.
Born in Sarcals, France in 1991, in his first season in England he helped his club win promotion to the Premiership. When from midfield he scored 3 goals in 19 games, and in doing so earned his first international call-up and a place at the 2014 World Cup. Next season he helped his team survive in the Premiership when he scored 2 goals in a 2-0 win in late season match against Southampton, helping this team win their last 7 matches out of 9 games to stay up. This person was brought into English football by Nigel Pearson for a fee of £450,000. And the 2015-16 was a revelation when this Algerian international scored 7...
Lee by 0.2 of a second.
Riyad Mahrez.
Mahrez, yeah.
Flipping heck.
Lee now has 10 points.
Basically, there was 300ths of a second between you there. Lee?
Correct. On the 29th of August 1991, which organisation was banned by Russian President Boris Yeltsin?
Michael?
Greenpeace.
Nope.
Lee?
Communist Party.
Communist
Ah,
Party.
of course. That's
The Communist Party of which country is the largest political party in the world?
Lee?
China.
China, yeah.
I'm interested in the scores here, please.
Right, so Lee's out in front on 14 with 2 lives remaining, followed by Stuart on 10 points with 3 lives remaining. Debs and Mike both have 2 points each. Mike has 2 lives, Debs has 3.
Come on, Mike and Debs.
The wrestler turned porn star China played this character in the 2012 porn parody film of Avengers Assemble, although the character doesn't actually appear in the original film. This Marvel comic superheroine has the real name Jennifer Walters and has regenerative healing powers and superhuman speed, durability and strength. She was the last character Stan Lee created before he moved full-time into publishing. The character was created following the premiere of the TV series The Bionic Woman, as Marvel wanted to own the copyright to it in case a TV company wanted to make a series featuring a female version of the male character this person is based on. Green-skinned, what is the name of this character, the female version of the alter ego of Bruce Banner?
Mike leaves.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah.
Got it till the time.
Brazilian footballer Hulk has played 8 seasons in Europe, first playing for Porto, but which Russian team bought him for 16?
Mike leaves.
Zenit St. Petersburg.
Zenit, yeah.
What was that again?
Zenit St.
Zenit St. Petersburg.
You could say it 12 times to me, I wouldn't know what it was. Brilliant.
Between 1914 and 24, St. Petersburg had what name?
Lee?
Petrograd.
Petrograd, yeah.
Nice.
Before 2001, the company O2 traded under what name? Under this name, the company sponsored the name of Middlesbrough's Riverside.
Debster.
No.
I'm sorry, Debs.
One away. Yeah, one away, just. Under that name, the company sponsored the name of Middlesbrough's Riverside Stadium.
Lee?
Selnet.
Cellnet, yeah. Or BT Cellnet.
The sellout stadium.
Lee's on 18, I believe.
Yes, you're
Stuart's
correct.
on 10.
O1, atomic oxygen O2, dioxygen O3, ozone O4, and tetraoxygen O4 are all examples of what properties of chemical element, which enables them to exist in more than one different form in the same physical state.
Come on, Debs. Lee?
Allotrope.
Allotropes.
Yeah.
Lee reaches 20 points.
A horse called Oxygen won this race in 1831. Taking place over 1 mile, 4 furlongs and 6 yards, it was won in a record time of 2 minutes and 34 seconds in 2017 by the horse Enable.
Mike leaves.
The Prix d'Archion.
Is incorrect.
No, it's not that one.
Mike Lees has 1 life.
Its 1989 winner, Alicia, was disqualified after failing a drugs test, and the race was awarded to Snow Bride instead. Inaugurated in 1779 as a Group 1 flat race only open to 3-year-old fillies. What is the third to be run of the annual British Classics?
Lee?
The Oaks.
The Oaks, yeah.
22 points for
I
Lee.
would have lost a life there a long time out.
Did you?
Lee?
But not in a record time of 2 minutes. To win the Triple Crown of which genre of fiction, do you have to have won the Hugo Award, the Nebula Award, and
Stuart?
Science fiction.
Science Fiction, yeah, and the Philip K. Dick Award?
Dick Award.
Nah.
The winner of the Hugo Award for Best Novel in 1963. It diverges from history when Giuseppe Zangara successfully assassinates Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1934, resulting in the USA taking on an isolationist policy and not entering World War II. Set in 1962, Hitler is still alive, but incapacitated by advanced syphilis, and the still existent Third Reich is now ruled by Martin Bormann, and controls the eastern seaboard of the USA, while Japan controls the western one. An alternative novel within the book, called The Grasshopper Lies Heavy, tells what life would have been like if the Allies had won the war. What is this alternative history novel by Philip K. Dick, which in 2015 was made into a successful...
Mike Lees.
Man in the High Castle.
Man in the High Castle.
Yeah. Correct.
Chief of the party
Hang on.
chancellor.
Go.
Chief of the party chancellery between 1941 and 45. Martin Bormann had in that position what nickname? A similar one was held by French First Ministers Cardinal Mazarin and Cardinal Richelieu.
No.
But unlike the grey and red in those persons' nicknames, he had instead a name which included a colour based on the colour of his uniform, which was the same colour as the shirts worn by the SA.
Moving along. Oh, Lee.
Black Cardinal.
No, nothing to it.
Moving, come on.
He's the Brown Eminence.
Ah.
A member of the Ivy League of universities, Brown is a university in which...
Mike Lees.
Rhode Island.
Oh, no, wasn't asking, we're going to ask for that.
Mike,
Mike,
I'm
done me.
afraid you're gone.
Has gone.
Go on.
Debster.
Oh, I was going to say Rhode Island. Providence.
Providence is correct, yeah.
Oh, how ironic that Providence would be an answer.
Providence that Mike got in there first.
Yeah. Stuart, were you on Providence, sir?
No, it wasn't. Answer, isn't it?
What were you going for?
Well, I would go for Rhode Island as well. At the same time.
Brilliant swerve on your answer there, Debs. Well thought out.
So after Mike bites the bullet, Debs is on 4 points with 2 lives, Stuart is on 12 points with 3 lives, Lee is on 22 points with 2 lives.
Snapshot saved to pictures folder. We're reset and we're going for it. Come on, Lee.
Rhode Island is the smallest state in the USA by area. However, it is a state with the second highest population density. Which state has the highest population density?
Stuart.
New Jersey.
New Jersey is correct.
Really? Because New York's got like miles and miles of nothing, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, New York's massive.
Yeah.
The New York Red Bulls, New York Jets and New York Giants all play their home games in the state.
Debster.
No.
Have did you press? Go on, Debs.
No.
Okay.
All play their home games in the state of New Jersey, which is the only Major League sports team based in New Jersey that actually has New Jersey in its name. They are an NHL ice hockey team based in Newark.
Stuart.
The New Jersey Nets.
No, nothing to it. They call the Brooklyn Nets now, never know. But nothing to it. New
Jersey Devils.
New Jersey Devils, yeah.
Well,
The Devils is a controversial 1971 film which starred
Hold it,
Oliver
sorry.
The Devils is a controversial 1971 film which starred Oliver Reed as Urban Grandier, who was its screenwriter, producer and director.
Lee.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah, nothing to it.
Stuart.
Michael Winner?
No. Ken Russell. Ken Russell, then aged 79, became in 2007 the oldest male person to appear on what reality TV series. He walked out after 5...
Stuart.
Big Brother.
Big Brother, yeah.
Correct, Stuart.
Celebrity.
Well, certainly, yeah. I don't think there's been an older man in the normal version either. In the novel 1984, Big Brother is the apparent leader of which totalitarian state?
Lee.
Eurasia.
Nope, nothing to it.
Stuart.
District 1.
Nope. Oceania. District 1's Britain.
Mike, before I go further, I wish I'd got the liking like having 15 to 1 to ink somebody else who's been embarrassingly. But you're there in full effect, mate.
I'm going to stand in front of it.
The geographical area of Oceania is made up of Australasia, Micronesia, Polynesia and what other island group? Islands in this group include New Caledonia, Western New Guinea, Fiji and the Solomon Islands.
Lee.
Melanesia.
Melanesia is correct.
Lee has done it! So after there's a big fade out here, we'll be going into the Q12 final for 2017, when you will see some of the people who you've just been clapping their hands there, duking it out for £500 a monkey. And we've got Mark Laycock, who will not be scoring because you were the first to qualify. We've got Mike Lees currently in favourite. Mike Lees not currently in favourite position. Mike McPartland, you're the current champion of Q12.
Yeah.
Can you hang on to it?
That's all.
We will see you in just a moment. Thanks for watching. It's
Thank you.
it's the Q12 final, and normally I'm kind of quite giddy about these things, but I'm a bit solemn. I've got Deb's keeping the time alongside me. I've got Mike keeping the score on the other side, Mike Lees. And after 12 months, each of these people has got through quite a occasionally grueling process to get through. Mark Laycock, you were the first. You never thought it. You've probably missed out on quite a lot of questions, haven't you? For the Buzz of the Year and things like
It's
that.
so long ago, it's just...
Yeah. Gary Grant, I thought you were kind of lucky myself.
Yeah.
Somebody quit on you, I believe. Chris, you quit on a couple of games, but then you finally got through last time out. Dave Bill, it was an early start for you.
First time,
you
yeah.
beat McP to it.
No, I think it was...
Yeah, you beat McP was
I was there,
second.
but I don't-
Yeah, second.
I don't know where I was.
Steve Rhodes, I think of all the ones, that was my favourite because you actually dominated towards the end of your round over in Stockport. Amit, hello, we never thought you'd be here, but you are. Well done at Oxford. What a great start you had at Oxford in the LightSpeed quiz, and then this is a bonus, isn't it? Chris, let's go pick somebody out to win everyone in the mix. I'd like you to do this. Simon, where did you win? Well done, no?
London, no.
Mark, have I qualified for the Q12?
I don't know, Mr. Minus, have you?
We've got Tony. A few people have gone in on Tony with the bets here. Ashton,
Wasting the money on
I
it.
quite fancy you, mate. You know that already. And Lee.
I think he's going to win, isn't
Sparkling revelations of the internet, yeah. There you go.
Anyway, this first round, it's a bugger. We've got 12 minutes, and we've got 12 minutes from about 30 seconds time. What I will tell you is the questions get progressively easier. 2 points for a correct answer, lose half your score for an incorrect interruption. The first few questions are tough. Let's start them. Are you ready, Debbie? 3, 2, 1, and go. The shows Avenue Q and Book of Mormon, the TV programme Wonder Pets, and yes, Rhodes.
Shed Parker.
No. Wonder Pets and Disney's Frozen. It's okay. Are works that have yielded the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony for which composer? Dave Bill.
Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Fat Marky.
What
Tony.
is it?
It's Robert Lopez. Which actor was Oscar nominated for his 1943 portrayal of Robert Jordan in For Whom the Bell Tolls? Tony.
Gary Cooper.
Give the man 2 points, please.
Correct, Tony.
I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition. Which Fat Marky? I'm afraid not. But only vote McP.
Henry V.
No, Marcus. Which overleaps itself and falls on the other is a line spoken in which of Shakespeare's plays? Lee.
Henry IV.
Gary Grant.
Othello.
Ashton.
Romeo and Juliet.
Dave Bill.
Hamlet.
Bean.
Tempest.
Curtis.
Julius Caesar.
Rhodes.
12th night.
Tones. Tony.
Richard III.
Simon.
Julius Caesar.
No, nobody said Macbeth. Bloody hell. From the Latin for about a day. Name that biochemical clock. Curtis.
Circadian.
Correct. 2 points. Which Australian composer was accidentally shot dead by an American sentry in 1945? McP.
Feeburn.
Correct. Awesome answer.
He was Austrian though, not Australian.
Yeah, I was going to say.
In Greek mythology, which princess of Sparta was wife of Tantalus? Simon?
It's not Helen, so.
No. Gary Grant?
Dione.
No. Fat Marky?
Niobe?
Tony?
I was going to say Niobe.
It's Clytemnestra. Who's 9 for 57 on the 20th of August? Dave Bill?
Laker.
I'm afraid not. Rhodes?
Bedser.
Simon?
Devon Malcolm.
Devon Malcolm is correct. Give Simon 2 points extra. Discovered by Paul Villard and named by Ernest Rutherford. What penetrating electromagnetic radiation arising? Gary Grant?
Gamma rays.
Gamma rays is correct. Give Gary 2 points. Harold in Italy is a 18. Go on.
Berlioz.
Berlioz is correct anyway. Thank you for bailing me out there, Gary. I appreciate it. Which organisation was replaced by the United Nations in 1940? Ashton.
League of Nations.
Ashton gets 2 points. Which Oxford College was founded in 1886 as a... Fat Marky?
Balliol?
No. Founded in 1886 as a women's college admitting... Amit.
Somerville.
Tony.
I was going to say that. Bloomer.
Lose half your score. Gary Grant.
St Helens.
No. Bean.
Martin.
No. Simon.
St Anne's.
No. Simon got some points. Lose half. in 1886 as a women's college admitting males on its centenary was named in honour of a 12th century Bishop of Lincoln? McP.
Cumberland Keys.
Ashton.
Houston.
Curtis.
Ruskin.
It's St Hughes.
So you waffle.
Name the 1985 Tim Burton film in which the title character is a... Is that Marky?
Edward Scissorhands.
Gary Grant.
Beetlejuice.
No. Lose half your points, Gary. Name the 1985 Tim Burton film in which the title character is a pure eternus, an everlasting child, whose bicycle is stolen and is determined retrieval of it.
No.
It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Should have hung fire, Mike. Which Coronation Street character was played by Peter Baldwin? Dave Bill.
Ray Langdon.
Not Ray Langton. Tony.
Visbit.
Simon.
Peter Baldwin, sorry.
Bean.
Alf Roberts.
McP.
Derek Wilton.
Derek Wilton is your 2 points, and I'm glad you got them. Calvin Coolidge was numerically which president of the United States of America? Bean. Lee
30th.
is correct. In which country were the first Empire/Commonwealth Games held? In Dave Bill.
Canada.
Blaine, Canada is correct. Miami, Florida, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and an island some 850 miles south of Lee.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, the island was Bermuda in question. Bermuda Triangle, 2 points for Lee. Which unit of length is around 608 feet? Or the surname of a man? Dave Bill.
Cable.
Correct. Which act after Depeche Mode and Yazoo was Vince Clarke's? Rhodes?
Erasure.
Rhodes, you're in with 2 points. McPartland's on 4. Lee Warburton's on 4. Ashton Davies is on 2. Chris Curtis is on 2. Steve Rhodes is on 2. Gary Grant's on 1. Simon Chilton's on 1. Tony Worms is on 0.5. Amit, Chris and Laycock yet to score.
Should mine it.
What's Dave on?
Dave Bill
Must be at least 2 plus.
4.
on 4. Now it's the top 8 go through here. So in the danger zone.
Mark, Chris, Amit, and Tony in the danger zone.
Name either English international footballers arrested after an assault on Dave Bill.
Bobby Moore.
Wrong. Gary Grant,
Jonathan Woodgate.
and
Lee
Lee
Boyer.
Boyer.
Yes,
with
I
one.
won't think it.
Yeah, the guy who went to prison went to Mass.
Bob Howe and Mary Horton, who won the 1958 Australian Open mixed doubles tennis title, represented which country? That Marky.
Canada.
Curtis.
South Africa.
Gary Grant.
Australia.
Correct.
Yes, Gary. Gary's in the lead.
What did Brian Dowling become the second winner of? Dave Bill.
Big Brother.
Big Brother is correct. Which country's entry for Eurovision 2008, Dustin the Turkey, failed? Bean
And
is correct at last. In which year did Howard Carter discover the tomb of Fat Market?
1922.
At last. What London railway station was opened in 1868 by the Fat Market?
St Pancras.
Yes. Which product used the slogan, "Bread's better without taken out"? Dave Bill.
Allinson's.
Allinson's is correct.
Their Bill's in the lead.
Allinson's wholemeal.
That'll do.
They do white bread as well.
Which British daily paper founded in 1900 by Sir Arthur Pearson was the first to feature a...
Oh,
Tony?
Daily Mail.
I'm afraid not, lose half your points. Simon?
Daily Express.
Is correct, the first to feature a crossword. In which sport do teams play in a round-robin series of home and away matches against every other team? The 2 highest-ranked teams play a final for the Pura Cup, formerly known... Amit?
Rugby.
I'm afraid not. The Pura Cup, formerly known as the Sheffield Shield. Tony? Tony?
Am I not registered?
No, you're in.
Right. Cricket.
Yeah. Lose half score is more than 10% out. Which number is represented by the binary notation 1, 1, 0? Dave Bill?
7.
No. Lose half your score. Simon?
6.
Correct.
Oh, right, yeah.
Fèvre de Dream, George R. Martin. La Belle Sauvage, Philip Pullman. Amit?
I was going to say Philip Pullman.
No. Philip Pullman. And C.S. Forrester's The African Queen are all books named after what? Tony?
Ships.
Well, the Belle Sauvage is kind of a boat, like kind of not a ship, but I'll give you that, yes, same thing. Which football team's nickname is the Hatters? Ashton? Yeah. Stockport as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, stop that as well.
In which 1952 film directed by John Ford and set in Ireland did Tony?
White man.
The Quiet Man is worth 2 points. Fat Marky, you weren't far behind. In which country is Schiphol Airport? Ashton?
Netherlands.
Is correct. That's a useful little easy 2 points, isn't it? The Sailor King was a nickname for which Tony? William IV is correct. I did say these were going to get easier. Who met a pie man going to Tony?
I didn't.
Correct.
Chap who keeps birds of prey cleans the carpet with the lights out was an enemy crossword clue for which duo? Comprising Andy McCluskey and Paul Tony?
Wendy.
Yes, do that. Or Kesselman Hoovers in the dark. At 4,808 metres, 15,774 feet, what is the highest mountain in the Alps? Curtis?
Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
Yes, Curtis.
Correct, Curtis.
Brasilia is a Amit.
Brazil.
Yep. Happy now? The Algarve is part of which? Dave Bill?
Portugal.
Correct. Prior to the Stadium of Light, where the?
Rock Park.
Yep, that'll do you.
The rubber roll.
Sheffield Eagles play Fat Market. The District Line. Dave Bill.
Green.
The old Libyan flag in jade, or what colour? Out on your own, which is unusual at this time. Very brave press. Vodka and tomato juice for Curtis.
Bloody Mary.
Is correct. And the seconds we've got there, 5.85, 5.86.
Tony Walmsley way out in the leads. I wouldn't press 12.25. Ashton is on 6, Dave Bill on 7, Mark Laycock on 6, and Chris Curtis on 6. Then we've got Gary Grant on 5, Simon Chilton on 5, and I think the Dangers on. We've got Lee on 4, we've got Amit on 2, Michael McPartland on 4, Chris Bean on 4, and Steve Rhodes on 2. So that's 5 of you, but 3 of you on the same score.
What is the context of break a leg when spoken? Curtis.
It's be successful in a theatrical performance.
Correct.
Correct, Curtis.
Who reached number 1 in the UK on the 14th of January 1995 with Cotton Eye? Dave Bill?
Rednecks.
Correct.
Glad Tony sat back.
Correct.
I did press, but I made sure I heard the full question first.
I'm happy with Dave getting all these.
Who sold 1,750 Model A's between Gary Grant?
Henry Ford.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ford.
Guessing Gary. Guessing Gary.
What was Alison Moyes Rhodes?
Yazoo.
Van?
Yazoo.
I'm afraid not. Amit? Amit loses half as well.
Crucial, huh? Crucial.
What was Alison Moyes' nickname? So Dave Bill.
Alf.
Did I say big nickname then?
I don't know. I was just... Yeah.
I was going to ask for a first record. Honestly.
I'm gonna change it. If Dave Bill buzz it, I was going to say sign of the Zodiac. Start the clock. What is the chemical symbol for bismuth? McP.
B.S.
I'm afraid not, but no penalty. No penalty.
No, sorry.
Simon?
BI.
BI is correct. What did Gordon Gekko describe for lack of a... Amit
Creed.
is correct. What role was Harrison Ford playing when he said X never marks the spot in McP
Indiana Jones.
in The Last Crusade?
Correct, Mark.
Which country gave the Statue of Liberty to the US? Bean
France.
is correct. Give the 6-letter collective noun for geese on the ground. Rose.
Gander.
Lee.
Gaggle.
Gaggle is correct, Lee.
He needed that as well. He needed that.
Correct, Lee.
David Broom would be associated. Rhodes.
Show jumping.
Correct. The last question. Mark Laycock, Chris Bean, Michael McPartland, Lee Warburton and Ashton Davis, all danger zone on 6.
Last question.
Last question, and I've got to take it how it goes. All green?
Yeah.
In which city is Neville Road, the headquarters of Gloucestershire County? Lee.
Gloucester.
I'm afraid not. That's lose half your score.
It's out.
Rhodes.
Cheltenham.
Lose half your score. Ashton
Bristol.
is correct.
Ashton's safe.
So it's a playoff. Mark Laycock, Chris Breen, Michael McPartland. So after that reshuffle, we can see that 3 people are left in on 6 points, gunning for 2 places. One of them will drop out. This is a straight knockout on the buzzer. If you buzz in first and you're correct, you are through. If you buzz in and interrupt and you are wrong, you are out and the other 2 people go through. There are 2 people available, 2 places available. We've got Chris Bean, who's, we've got Michael McPartland, and we've got Mark Laycock. Good luck, everybody. I'm taking the questions from the top of this sheet as they are written. I'm not going to edit them, I'm going to read them out verbatim. Who appeared as herself in the following films? Wild on the Beach, 1965. Good Times, 1967. The Player, 1992. Pret-a-Porter, 1994. And Stuck on You in 2003. Free guess. McPee.
Sophia Loren.
Nope. She was in
I
Pret-a-Porter.
know, yeah. She was in Claire as well, I think.
It was Cher. Reset. Next question. Look at me here. More films. In 1969, who directed what is considered his signature film? An adaptation about 2 artist sisters living post-World War I Britain, starring Jenny Linden, Alan Bates, Glenda Jackson and Oliver Reed in D.H. That Market.
Ken Russell.
Yeah.
You're through. Come in, David. 1 place left. The Wrestling Kings.
Queen. Piss off.
Which industrial city at the confluence of Rhine and Ruhr has the largest inland port in Europe? Bean.
Hamburg.
No, McBean.
Bremen.
No, it's Duisburg.
Alles klar.
1 place to go. What is the generic US equivalent of the British High Street? The title of the theme.
Downtown.
You're out.
It's an incorrect interruption, I'm afraid. What were you going to say, McPee?
Main Street.
Main Street, obviously.
Main Street is correct. The title is still... Give these guys a round of applause. That was brutal. Woo!
So close.
T-shirt wearing, trainer tapping. It's time to put my fun head back on after that incredibly, it was distressing, I tell you, to see the people who you love so much duking it out. And let's face it, £500 not a bad prize, is it? And Deb, what could we do with this tonight, eh?
Oh, well, I'd have at least another couple of pints each, couldn't we?
And the QU12 trophy as well, which is behind us here, I believe. So we've got round 2 of the QU12 final 2017. This comprises 12 questions written into 6 parts. The first part is worth 6 points for and 6 points against. The second part is worth 5 points for, and 5 points again if you interrupt. There are no neutral questions here. Even on the last part, it's still worth 1 point or minus 1. Obviously these questions are designed to get easier as the question wears on. We've got Mike scoring, we've got Debs as a colour commentator. Who do you fancy, Debs?
Well, my cheeky bet's on McPartland, so that's where I'm going.
Okay, but even after the miserable performance in round one?
Yeah.
Are you ready, Mike?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Good luck, everybody. You all on green?
Yeah.
For 6 points, number 1, the youngest of 10 children born September the 12th. For 5 points, 1913. For 4 points, nicknames included the Buckeye Bullet and, for 3 points, the Ebony Antelope. For 2 points, McPee.
Jesse Owens.
For 2 points, his world record of 8.13 stood in the long jump for 25 years. Which athlete defeated Hitler when he won 4 golds at the 1986 Olympics? Question 2. The global production of what fruit was 11.3 million tonnes in 2014, led by China with 55% of the world total. Other major producers were Romania, Serbia and Iran. For 5 points, varieties including Czar, C-S-Z-A-R, Kirk's Blue and Marjorie's Seedling. For 4 points, Pershaw and Mirabelle. Simon. Minus 4. Tony.
Plum.
Plum is plus 4
I
points.
should have gone last.
Hi Simon.
Oh yeah.
For 6 points, what name is used for the euro cent in Greece? For Simon.
Drachma.
Minus 6.
He's going. What you said about that record, Sam?
Don't you put minus 6 in?
Minus 28 record, Sam.
It is also applied to the hundredth part of the Greek phoenix and the Greek drachma. For 4 points, the coin is mentioned in the Bible lesson of the widow's mite. For 3 points, a name applied to an elementary particle that interacts through the weak force that includes. For 2 points, electrons, muons, tau particles and their respective neutrinos. And for 1 point, also the name of a village some 7 kilometres east and 120 metres above Huddersfield in West Yorkshire. Gary Grant.
Lepton.
Correct.
School about 5 minutes ago.
Just amazed Dave on.
About 3 miles from our house.
That was your Christmas present
Thank
from
you.
me.
Cheers.
1 point for Gary.
Nice to know he's writing 1 point as a suit.
1 point would have beaten me in the last 2 competitions easily.
Minus
Qualified.
minus 20, whatever.
Enough already. Taking over 4 years to complete between 1536 and 1541. For 5 points, name that fresco commissioned by Pope Clement VII but completed under Pope Fatmaki.
The Last Supper.
No. Minus 5 points. Name that fresco commissioned by Pope Clement VII but completed under Pope Paul III. For 4 points by Michelangelo on the, for 3 points, western wall of the Sistine Chapel. For 2 points, with the Italian name Tony.
The Last Judgment.
It is the Last Judgment for 2 points.
That's gone 3,
He did, he pressed it for 3.
He's pressed it on 3. Okay. 3 points given it. For 6 points on number 5. What word or words describe what a person with lethilogica cannot find? For 5 points, the Marcha Real, along with Simon.
The meaning of dreams.
Minus loads.
5.
5. The Marcha Real, along with other national anthems of Bosnia and Herzegovina. That mark it.
Words.
Words. What word or words describe? Yes.
4 points.
It's
Back to 0 for
5 points.
Did you get on to 4 or not?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get on to 4. 4 was Boyzone's first UK #1 single.
Words.
Logophobia is the fear of, a librettist writes, and for 1 point, an etymology
You're back on
studies
0,
what?
Mark.
What, so I've just gone to -5 and back to 0?
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody. Number 6. Which fictional character had 4 children called Lawrence, Susan, Peter and Daniel? For 5 points, the latter of whom perpetrated an attempted murder on that father. For 4 points, he wrote an article in 1962 for the magazine Survival, which upset his neighbours. For 3 points, he accidentally showed part of a pornographic film in The Mission in 1966. For 2 points, he ended up on a blind date with Mavis. Simon?
Forrest Gump.
No, I'm afraid not. -2. He ended up on a blind date with Mavis in 1975. And for 1 point, the characters listed in the Guinness World Records as Ashton.
Ken Barley.
Is good point. 1 point. The longest serving male television star in a continuous walk, who is played on Coronation Street by William Roach. Whose wife was Jane Wilde for 30 years from 1965? Then, Elaine Mason for another decade. For 5 points, an honorary fellow of the Royal Society of Arts, a lifetime member of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences, and a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom. For 4 points, ranked number 25 in the BBC's poll of the 100 Greatest Britons. For 3 points, he was the Lucian Professor of Mathematics at the University. Ashton.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking of that ilk. Between 1979 and 2009 had achieved commercial success with works of popular science in which he discusses his own theory and blah blah, being history of his time.
3 points, yeah.
That was after Lucian Professor, which was 3 points.
Right.
8th, 2/3 of the way there, nearly. Number 8. Which river? Again, Lee. Which river emerges from the confluence of the Karasu, or Western, which is 450 kilometres, and the Muratsu, or Eastern, which is 650 kilometres. 10 kilometres upstream from the town of Kiban. For 5 points, in southeastern Turkey. Cities on the river include, for 4 points, Biricik in Turkey, Raqqa in Syria, and for 3 points, Fallujah. Simon?
Jordan.
-3, yeah. Gary Grant?
Euphrates.
Is correct. Fallujah in Iraq. For 2 points, at around 3,000 kilometres, it is the longest river of Western Asia, especially accounting for its confluence north of Basra, where it joins the Tigris, that forms the Shat el Arab, from which it connects with the Persian Gulf. I'm going to do a quick tot up here. On 7 points, Tony Walmsley. On 4 points, Ashton Davis. On 4 points, Gary Grant. On 3 points, Michael McPartland. Dave Bill, Chris Curtis, Mark Laycock, 0-0-0. Simon Chilton, with kid-like majesty. You could actually break my record.
Oh, go for it.
Go for it.
What am I on?
-20.
-20. So I need all 4.
For 9.
You have -45, you get all 4.
Fiction. For 6 points. Hawa Tirawa Tahuare, he's a greenstone hunter. Benjamin Lowenthal, a newspaper man. Dick Mannering, a goldfields magnate. For 5 points. Thomas Balfour, a shipping agent. Suk Yisong, a hatter, and 7 other men who meet in a hotel to solve crimes. For 4 points. In Dave Bill.
That's worth 12 Angry Men.
Ouch! -5. In Hokiata, a 19th century West Coast New Zealand gold town known. For 3 points, derived Gary Grant.
The Lumineers.
Yes!
Good
A little round of applause for that one.
Is that 4 or 3?
The Luminaries by Helena Catton. The longest, basically the longest book-winning novel by Helena Catton for 1 point. Have you read it?
Got it. It's not on my shelf.
Take a holiday and read it.
I've been to Hockey Tika, so yeah.
It's quite excellent. For 10 points.
10 points.
For 6 points, number 10. The first king of England since the Norman conquest whose mother tongue was English rather than French. Ooh, that's a choice of about half a dozen, isn't there? For 5 points. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown is a line credited to him. Go on, Curtis.
Richard II.
I'm afraid not. That is a -5 points. By Shakespeare. That's for 4 points. For 3 points. His mother, Blanche of Lancaster. Tony? Simon, sorry?
Henry IV.
Henry IV. Yeah, Tony, you were in there. A very close breath.
4 points, yeah.
Simon gets... no, at 3 points on his mother. I didn't want you to do that.
Wrong bloody king, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right play.
We've got -17, Simon Chilton. 0, Matt Laycock. -5 and -5. Zero's kind of looking alright. You're snapping at Michael McPartland, Matt Laycock, on 0. Dave, Bill, Chris Curtis both on -5. So danger zone is 0 and below. But 3 points and 4 points, Ashton Davis and Michael McPartland with 2 questions to go. Good luck. One was from Basildon, Berkshire, and lived from One was from Basildon. Did I say Basildon, Berkshire?
Yeah, it's in Essex.
So Essex, Basildon.
This is a different
Yeah, it could be a tiny village somewhere.
Number 11. One lived from 1674 to 1741, born in the south of England. The other was from Blackpool, Lancashire. I think it's Basildon and Berkshire. I think there's 2 Basildons. The other was from Blackpool, Lancashire, and was created in 1967. For 4 points, works include The New Horse Huffing Husbandry, or New Horse Hoeing Husbandry, A Passion Play, and Songs from the Wood. For 3 points,
Well,
Tony.
Jethro Tull.
Jethro Tull. But the seed drill and aqualung are probably the most notable creations by which agriculturist and namesake band fronted by Flood.
He buzzed in on 40.
Yeah.
He did. Well and truly safe, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was.
So, on a 6-pointer,
Hell of it. Where were we to? What question or 2?
we're on the last one.
Oh,
Last question.
Yeah? 6-pointer would do for nobody really. Michael McPartland, you could be caught by Matt Laycock, but not many other people unless you go neg. So, last question, good luck. Which fictional character, reset, was first portrayed in 2000 in the short-lived Whatever I Want, aired on London Weekend Television? For 5 points, Curtis.
Mr. Bean.
I'm afraid not. Give him a little round of applause. He's done himself. -6.
Oh, no.
For 5 points, he hosted 6 episodes of the ITV game show Sing If You Can with Stacey Solomon in 2011. That market.
Keith Lennon.
Oh! Yes, 5 points.
He's done it!
Which means that 2 favourites. Tony Walmsley, 11, check. Gary Grant, 8, check. Matt Laycock, 5, check. Ashton Davis, 4, check. Give these guys a round of applause. I'm going to say, I know, you know, you might well have your differences with people like Matt Laycock, but how much do we love Michael McPartland? Thank you for carrying this season all the way. Come over and be a coloured commentator for the final. Oh, this is it. This is the final of Q12 2017. And these 4 guys have made it there. I've got to say that there is joy at your success, but definite tinged with sadness on my part about the people who've been knocked out, and tinged with sadness on.
Both for me, even for you.
It's only against Steve, it's not that
our
serious.
previous champion, Mike McPartland. So, what would you have done had you been behind in that?
Well, if I was behind, I would have taken the gamble, but I wasn't certain enough on that last question to gamble when I was ahead.
Yeah, and what a great punt from Mike. You've got to hand it in there because.
You have to do it, so yeah.
Trust me, if you've been watching these things on the 12th of every month at 12 o'clock when they come out, you will see some crash and burn from yours truly here several times. And you've been there, but you've tasted success. I've never tasted success in the grand final, as it were, but you never know. Hope springs eternal. So right now we've got round number 3. And what I'm going to give this £500 and this trophy to is the first bloke of these 4 who gets 12 correct answers. If they buzz in with an incorrect answer and it's an interruption, they will lose a beer mat. They have got 3 beer mats, and because of the strict rules at Pontefract Sports and Social Club, if you haven't got a beer mat, you must take your beer somewhere else. So, are you familiar with the rules? We're meant to have a link between the last answer. Well, the last answer I kind of saw was Mike said it was Bros, and you got the question right, didn't you?
That's right.
And it was cattle, pigeons, or something like that. But right now we have reset. You should be on green lights.
Yeah.
And first to 12 answers, 24 points. 2 points for the correct answer. Very good luck, everybody. I am picking out to win.
Don't curse anybody.
Don't curse anybody. The good doctor. You've got to make a choice. You've come to your head.
I'll go for the outside and Laycock.
I think a good 1 of 4.
Yeah, rank outside. Absolutely, way out there. And Mike, are you going to commit to,
I like everyone's chances. I think
it's wide open, isn't it? Has anybody, who's backed people in here?
I backed Gary. I wanted to back Tony as well.
You've backed Gary. How much have you got on Gary?
5 at 72.
5 at 72. Anybody else backed anybody else?
I've backed Tony.
How much? Oh, you've got
2 quid at 8.
2 quid at 8. Come to Daddy. First question coming up. Good luck, everybody. The green buttons are on. The last answer was Bros. Excuse my pronunciation. Srikant and Gopinchand moved to London in 1979 to develop the export business. Prakash manages finances in Geneva, and Ashok oversees the Indian interests. Give the surname of these brothers whose passport applications were accelerated by Keith Vaz and Peter Mandelson. Gary Grant.
Khan.
No, Tony.
Lakshmi.
No. Lakshmi was the richest man in England at one time. Fat Market.
Singh.
No. How many people in the audience know?
Hindusians?
The Hindusians.
Oh,
Of
right.
course, yeah.
Oh, they were a beat.
I've only got 100 questions, guys.
Oh,
How do these retards get the final? This is it for £500. The first person to get 12 correct answers gets £500. Ray Reardon. Peter Mandelson. Oh, sorry. Go on, Fat Market.
Dracula.
Yes. Vlad the Impaler. Tsutomu Miyazaki, a Japanese serial killer whose crimes included vampires, have all been awarded what name? So Peter Mandelson. Dracula, 2 points. Question 3. What common adjective applies to creatures that, by virtue of generally having highly developed senses of hearing, smell, Fat Market?
Nocturnal.
Correct, Fat McKee.
Number 4. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice. Arrival and Nocturnal Animals with Fat Market.
Amy Adams.
The 2016 film. Hat-trick in a good situation as well. In which region of Italy were Amy Adams, Casanova, Mantovani and Marco Polo all born? Tony.
Well, it's in Veneto.
Veneto is a great answer. Well done for pulling that one out there. Gary and Ashton were in there. The little ones you throw back, eh, Mark? What name is shared by the lover of Shylock's daughter, Jessica, in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice? Tony?
Balthazar.
Lose a life. Lose a beer mat, take it off.
All right.
Gary Grant?
Antonio.
Take a beer mat off. Ouch! That's gotta hurt. What name is shared by the lover of Shylock's daughter Jessica in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice and the son of Augusto and Michaela Odone, whose relentless search for a cure for their son's adrenoleukodystrophy? Ashton
Lorenzo.
is correct.
Correct, Ashton.
Lorenzo. Which composer is most usually associated with Lorenzo da Ponte's most well-known... Tony?
Mozart.
Correct, Tony.
Who played the title character? Tony?
Tom Hulse.
That's how this game looks.
In Milos Forman's 1984 Oscar winner Amadeus. For which Disney adaptation did Tom Hulse provide both the speaking and singing voice of the protagonist Quasimodo? That Marky? That's a nice little 2-pointer to pick up, which everybody buzzed in on. In which of the United States is the University of Ashton?
Indiana.
Indiana is correct. 2 points. What demonym is given to the athletic teams of Notre Dame University? Ashton, you were first there.
Fighting Irish.
The Fighting Irish is correct. 12. Dying in a 1931 plane crash, name the Norwegian-born but all-American... Tony?
I was going to say Nobile.
No, lose a beer mat. Put it on the floor, please. Don't give it to Gary, for God's sake.
No, you can have it, Gary. I've had enough now.
Oh, Tony!
In second place.
Yeah,
I've got one leg left now, that's it.
Dying in a 1931 plane crash, named the Norwegian-born but all-American Notre Dame, without question American football's most renowned coach, who revolutionised American football and immortalised the line, win one for the Gipper. Gary Grant.
Vince Lombardi.
No, Fat Mackie.
I was going to say Vince Lombardi.
It's Knut Rockne. Yeah, a few people knew that. 13. In the film Knut Rockne, All-American, which Tampico-born actor portrayed George Gipp? Tony?
Yes, and Gary Cooper.
No. Ashton?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is the correct answer.
Oh, win one for the
Win
Gipper,
one for the
that's
Gipper.
what he said. Famous.
2 points for Ashton.
Famously parodied in Airplane.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who was Ronald Reagan's vice president? Gary Grant?
George Bush Senior.
Yeah, HW or 41. 40.
I can't remember what it is. I could work it out, but don't
Yeah.
top my head.
But you've got that senior is correct, George Bush. Of what was George H.W. Bush the director between 19... Tony?
CIA.
He was the CIA. Is that all square for those guys?
Yep, three-way tie.
CIA. Which airport, some 10 miles... Ashton?
Champino.
Champino has the initials CIA, south of Rome. How did you get that one?
I've seen you been a travel agent.
Mark, I parked my car at his house.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Hey, look, made it look good. Running in an almost straight line from Rome to a kilometre west of that market. No.
That's what
Ashton.
Appian Way.
The Appian Way.
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose it's.
Is that a lie?
You suppose?
Yeah, it's not quite right, is it?
And it's not like it's kind of there is. Sorry, Mark, I've got to do you. Breaks my heart. Unlucky. Very, very unlucky. But that's where you are, because you go in and you shoot from the hip. You've got to do it. Completely. What was the Queen of Rhodes, basically? The answer is not Italy. Rome is the capital of which Italian region? Tony?
Lazio.
It's correct. They took the time there, didn't they?
Right, yeah, you've got to be cautious sometimes.
Yeah. Other than Lazio, name 2 of the 3 other clubs involved in Calciopoli, the 2006 match-fixing scandal. Fat market.
Another one.
Need 2, mate.
Oh, I need both. Oh.
Tony?
Juventus and Napoli.
Ashton?
Juventus and Sampdoria.
Milan, Fiorentina and Juventus.
Gary was in.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright, I wasn't going to say it.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Juventus and yeah.
Thanks for being honest. Second time today. You need it with me, don't you?
Just me.
Colazione is the Italian term for which meal? Fat market. Yeah. Easy as that. Nice road to 500 quid. Which actress links Roman holiday with Tony?
Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, we're not going down that road again. Breakfast at
I was
Tiffany's.
waiting for that for breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah, well, you knew it was going to come at the end of the question. That's Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Johnny Galecki, did I pronounce it? Galecki, Django Reinhardt, Gautier, Ashton.
Belgium.
Dirty fat Belgian bastards, yeah, and Audrey Hepburn were all born in which country? Spelt quite differently, but phonetically similar. Name either the transborder town in the Netherlands and Belgium.
Ghent.
Lose a life. In the Netherlands and Belgium, differentiated by the suffixes Massau and Hertog, and the half-million city, which are suburbs in France, Germany, but mainly Switzerland on the River Rhine. Tony?
Bâle.
It is Bâle.
Oh.
Let's have a score check, please.
Yeah, Tony and Ashton are in the lead with 14 points, but Tony has 1 life remaining and Ashton has 2. Laycock's on 10 with 2 lives remaining and Gary's on 2 with 2 lives remaining.
Let's see if we can get the 12 correct answers. Good luck, everybody. Bâle, or Bâle. Lose a life if you are wrong. Okay, this question doesn't die. To within 25% in whole kilometres. According to Wikipedia, what is the length of the River Rhine? You've got 25% either way.
Yeah, but because you're saying you can't have it, nobody's going to guess it.
Well, I'd have gone for 1,000 kilometres and I'd have been right.
I'd have guessed it.
Yeah, of course you would. 923 to 1537. It's 1230 kilometres long.
Well, I would have guessed 1800 inside of it.
You haven't got beer mats signed for you, have you?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
And I never bloody will. Okay, we've got 1230 is the length. 1230. Presented by, amongst others, Winifred Robinson, Peter White, Louise Minchin and or Shara Vahi, which Radio 4 Consumer Affairs programme generally starts at 12:15 every weekday. Gary Grant.
You and yours.
Is correct. You said that quite beautifully. With what impairment would one associate Peter White, the broadcaster? Ashton?
Blind.
He is blind, yeah. In what game, like the small blind and the big fat market?
Poker.
You like those ones, don't you? The little easy ones. Poker is correct. What is the best hand in a non-wildcard poker game? Fat market.
Straight flush.
It's a royal flush.
Royal.
Tony.
No, straight flush is a subset.
It's a royal flush, but
He gets it.
You did.
It was a prompt. He went in for a subset. Again, Tony, I'm sorry to you, but again, when people go for subsets,
yeah. It's fine, I'd have given it.
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
we'll have a check after this. Who, despite not being actually the inventor of the flush toilet, supplied the plumbing, including Gary Grant.
Trapper.
Yeah, for Sandringham Castle.
Why didn't they just go for it?
I don't know. Let's have a check, please.
Yeah, Ashton's in the lead with 16 points with 2 lives remaining. Laycock and Tony are both on 14. Laycock's with 2 lives and Tony's with 1. And Gary's on 6 with 2 lives remaining.
Start gunning for your guy, please, Pete, McLeese. McLeese, that'll do. Next question, Thomas Crapper. Sandringham House, Prince Edward, blah blah. In which county is Sandringham Ashton? Norfolk, he said. But didn't he actually went? He was right. Norfolk. Portsmouth, Richmond, Suffolk and Norfolk can all be found in which of the... That market?
Virginia.
Virginia is correct. Very useful. 16 points. $32. Which multinational company, now headquartered in Bristol, manufactures Golden Virginia, Drum Rizzler, Gauloise and 320 billion cigarettes per year? That market?
Wills.
Nope. Gary Grant?
Philip Morris.
Nope. Ashton?
British American Tobacco.
No, it's Imperial Brands and Tobacco. 33. The operas, Troilus and Cressida, the music for Oratorio at Belshazzar's Feast, and Tony?
Walton.
Walton is correct. Awesome answer. Where we at?
Laycock on 16, Tony on 16, Gary on 6, Ashton on 18.
Forget Gary for the time being. Just keep us in track with big three. Here we go, on to the next page. Who was played by Richard Thomas and Robert Reitman during 9 TV seasons and 7 films, several films of a franchise based upon Earl Hamner Jr.'s book, Spencer's Mountain? Tony?
That's John Boy Walton.
It is John Boy Walton.
I thought Susie said
Junior.
Thomas, but
If you're going for the straight flush. Reset. Tony's on 20. 18. Oh my God. John Boy Walton Jr. For how many days did Joshua march his army around Jericho? After how many games in a professional tennis match are the balls first replaced? And how many Walton children were there? Tony?
9.
No. Gary?
12.
Fat Marky?
7.
7 if it's not 9.
Correct faculty.
Three-way tie on 18.
7. How were Maya, M-A-I-A, Electra, Taygete, Alcyone, Calieno, Sterope and Merope, 7 sisters of Greek mythology? Fat Marky? Lose a point. Tony?
Pleiades.
Pleiades is correct.
Tony's in lead on 20.
Has anybody got... Well, yeah, everybody's lost lives. We've got Gary with 1 life left or 2 lives?
Gary's got 2, Ashton's got 2, Laycock's got 1, Tony's got 1.
And Tony's on 20. Good luck. Here we go. Pleiades. In what constellation is the asterism, Gary Grant?
Taurus.
Of the Pleiades, close to Aldebaran. Was out this morning at 3 o'clock panicking looking at the meteors. It was beautiful. Taurus. In what or which country do the Taurus mount? Gary Grant.
Turkey.
Come on, Gary.
Gary's in double figures.
Yes. Doesn't take long. Turkey. Sertab Erener represented and won what for Turkey? Ashton.
The Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
Well done.
With every way that I can. 40. What year was sung about by Jamala to win the 20th? Ashton.
1944.
I'm afraid for everybody else you are correct.
Ashton's 1 away.
Oh God, you're on 22, Ashton.
Go on, Ash.
Oh, God.
Think about the children.
I am thinking about it. Brilliant.
And it don't say this rubbish about, you're going to spend it on the furniture like Dave Dana said on 15 to 1. Spend it on cocaine. So who's behind him? 22?
Tony's on 20, Laycock's on 18, Gary's on 10.
Good luck everybody. Gary, you need a little run. 1944. Reset. On what date in 1944, Ashton,
6th of July.
lose a life? Did 155,000 Allied troops shipped from England fat market?
4th of June.
Lose
Laycock's out.
alive. Give him a little round of applause for flying the banner throughout the season. Thank you, Mark, for a great run. Is that it? Monk on. We're good. Okay. What was sung about by Jamala to win the... sorry.
No.
On what date in 1940?
No, he was buzzing for Jamala, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
both.
And you know the question's not finished?
Yeah.
Go on.
Got 2 lives, 6th of June.
6th of June is correct.
It was 6th of June.
I didn't dare go fix it, I only had one life left.
I thought you were saying when they shipped. I thought it must be 2 days
I
early.
should have waited for it, don't gamble.
So close.
Should have been the 6th.
24 years after the D-Day landings, who died of gunshot wounds sustained? Gary Grant?
Martin Luther King.
No. Everybody on one life.
Yeah.
Who died of gunshot wounds sustained the previous day at the Ambassador Hotel? Tony?
Bobby Kennedy.
It is Bobby Kennedy. 22 all.
22 all, one life left. Everyone has on one life.
Put it there.
Who's that?
In what state was the Ambassador Hotel and its Coconut Grove nightclub the venue for 6 Oscar ceremonies and many location film shoots? Tony?
California.
It's as easy as that. Stay where you are, Tony, please. What we have here at the end of my magnificent question, there should be, it's never been the same since these these plastic notes, because you can't use them for toilet paper anymore. So Tony, I think you're going to have to, Tony said, I asked him earlier on, what will you do with this? And he said he'd buy a present for Alison for £500. So
No, I didn't.
if our previous champion could go over and sit next to Tony, but try not to sit on his rapidly discharging whatever it is.
£480 he's getting, isn't it?
And I've got to say thank you guys for coming, everybody who's out there in the audience. Thank you for making a great final, all of you. It was terrific. Michael, I think you made it the most awesome final of all time, and hopefully if anybody's watching this you'll think to yourself, hell's bells with what you call it, a following wind. You know, you just might be able to get through and win some of these things, but could you give Tony Walmsley, see, I got it right. Q12 2018, I've changed my mind again, I love it again, so we're going to be doing this all again, starting in Rochdale on
28th of January.
the 28th of January, so you'll be watching this at the beginning, well, you might be watching it on New Year's Day, I think. So please come and join in, as targets for 2018 is to get rid of this riff-raff and get some decent players in. So well done guys. Hey!